Ooh, they changed it. That's weird.
Did they change it?
They changed the
I didn't-
voice.
I didn't.
Oh, yeah, I didn't hear anything.
Maybe
I got a
need to
different
update.
voice. I got a new. I think it's an update.
Yeah, I don't think I updated yet, but
Anyway, welcome to Orange Pod Sports, guys. I'm your co-host. Usually Aaron does the intro, but I'm gonna do it today. Welcome to another week of Orange Pod Sports. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We have a lot of viewers. YouTube is telling us 99% of our viewers are not subscribed. So
Really?
hit that like button, turn that notification bell on. I have no idea. I don't know.
Is that true? I haven't checked that analytic. I don't know if we have.
I don't know how to do that.
You do?
No, I have no idea.
Yeah.
But I always see it in like YouTube videos.
Because I was looking at the analytics the other day, and I don't think we have enough like not subscribers. I don't think we have enough like data
to like, I don't think we do. So.
But so we'll go over some updates before we get into essentially what is NFL talk for today's show.
Don't forget NBA talk.
NBA
and MLB. A lot of MLB stuff too. And St. Joe's basketball.
We have St. Joe's that was scarred. So this, I believe, will be our last pre-taped show for quite some time.
Yeah.
Probably,
if I read the email correctly, we are allowed to go back into the studio next week.
So we'll have regular time next Thursday.
We will be back live on.
Callers can call back in. This should be our this should be our Instagram moment, the minute that we post, so everyone will know.
I think you ruin it when you say this should be our Instagram minute, Adam.
No, because Aaron has never used it. Every time I say this should be our Instagram minute, Aaron always picks some other.
Why do you think I don't use it? Because you said in the middle of the conversation.
Because he ruins it. Exactly.
But yeah, so I'm gonna try and figure out a way. I know there's a way to record it on Audacity, which is like I don't know if you guys know what Audacity is. It's like
no idea.
It's like what you record podcasts and then find a way.
The technology in that room is scary though, especially with the button that like shuts down the entire St. Joseph's mainframe.
They're like, do not hit button, destroys entire radio station.
Yeah.
Why does it exist?
It's like playing with fire.
It's fired.
More like playing with the armed nuclear explosive. But I don't. So I'm going to try and figure out a way. I know there's a way, and I was taught the way. I have to try and like figure it out. I know it requires like it requires a pair of headphones and like the adapter and then like a headphone jack.
There you go.
So that seems confusing already.
Yes, it's quite.
It couldn't be as bad as the call buttons that Tom just keeps continuously jamming.
Yeah, but the one time I wasn't there, you guys can figure it out. So
it's fair.
Playing around with it until caller calls in or we get the caller through. But yeah, live callers can come back next week. I will put that in the.
People have been asking about it.
I will put that in the caption on the Instagram post. And as for the actual content of today's show, we have quite a bit lined up. We have to review the divisional round and preview the championship round, but also, Adam, I'll let you get your NBA talk out of the way first.
First of all, did you guys see that Kyrie Irving finally played last night?
No.
Okay. Well, yeah, we're taping this. Yeah, it was last night. Kyrie Irving, James Harden, Kevin Durant all played last night against the Cavaliers. And Colin
Sexton won, right?
Yeah, the Cavs won. Colin Sexton carried them while wearing number 2, Kyrie's old number, while wearing Kyrie Irving sneakers. It was hilarious.
I just don't. I don't get how a team like that loses a regular season game. In the NBA, a team like that.
You can't give it your all 100% of the games. 100%.
Okay, but I feel like in your intro game, you should give it your all at least.
Well, maybe they can. You got to figure out, as you say, Tom. There's only one ball.
I don't know. I just think
they got things to figure out, and they'll figure it out.
It was a dumb decision to make that trio, but if you have that trio, you have to win.
What would you have liked them to do? If you could trade for James Harden, you trade for James Harden.
I don't know. I don't know.
Even if he eats his way out of town.
Hey, he's not fat anymore, okay?
Dude, I think we need to get him in for whenever somebody needs to lose weight on our team. We just need to get.
We don't have lightweights, thank God, so we wouldn't need to do that. Who would be a lightweight, right, Aaron?
Couldn't be me.
Yeah, could not be me.
Could be you.
This could be you.
It's embarrassing.
I'm
embarrassing for the Nets.
And then we have LeBron James' ankle will play and start in Thursday's game against the Bucks. Yeah, he's got to figure. I just read that because it popped up on my phone. And then we also have Jaylen Brown giving Ben Simmons the absolute works, even though Ben Simmons is 4 inches taller.
And I think you've lost us at this point.
Because you guys just don't want to indulge it.
Because I don't follow the NBA. I don't know.
Okay, how about this? Ovechkin has COVID.
He does.
Ovechkin does. Okay, this is I have issues with.
And his wife went off on Instagram about it.
Yes, I have issues with this. I think, I guess from the rules that players can be maskless next to each other on the bench, in the locker room, in the training facility, on the ice, all of these things, but they can't be maskless next to each other in a team hotel room. If they were partying, if they were doing whatever, I can understand finding the Caps and finding them for being out. But getting in trouble for just sitting with your teammates in your hotel room is, I think, a ridiculous rule. I just think as long as they're not doing anything wrong, I just don't see why you would care. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's just
I would agree with that. I mean, it's they're doing this already. They're next to each other. They're doing all this, and then it's but no, it'd be us going on a train, a trip for a race, and Tom and I living together, and them being after during the race, after the race, when we go to a hotel, and us making us have a mask on. I'd be bro, we already.
Or no, they had separate hotel rooms. It's if we went to Aaron's hotel room after working out, being in the boat together, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
but it's not even that, because I don't know. It's ridiculous in my opinion. Aaron, do you have an opinion on this?
I was reading about it today, and I find the rule a little nonsensical. I mean, you guys explained it better than I could, or just as well as I could have. It's me, that would be me essentially living with you guys for the first 2 weeks of school.
Mm-hmm.
If I we came from completely different places, and we're around each other for practice, but you explained it. I'm convoluting it more, but you made sense of it. I agree with you. I think it's silly.
Yeah, but the Caps are going to have to. I think I will say, Ilya Samsonov does have COVID, which is an issue. I think they have to look at where Samsonov was, because he's had maturity issues in the past, and I can see having issues here, but I don't really blame the Capitals as an organization. I don't blame Alex Ovechkin.
He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT.
With their specific situation, I really can't be too hard on Ovi.
Yeah, I agree. But since he's the captain and he's the oldest, he's going to get the most hate for it.
Yeah.
Aaron.
Yeah.
As a Mets fan, there's a lot of stuff going on over there. That's all. I mean,
they're making moves, man.
They're making moves, and then their GM's making.
People are making moves in more ways than one there, Aaron.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I was still stuck. I was still talking about.
Aaron's like, it's great over at the Mets. What
It's
are you
great.
talking about?
Because I before the show was reading about how the Mets were one of the favorites for Trevor Bauer along with the Angels.
Yeah, I
But
mean they should be interested.
completely different context. Jared Porter disgusting what he
It's
did.
terrible.
Did-
I don't
You should
understand
just you should just be happy that he was able to get all those good players in before
And then
ESPN
gone.
decided to release the allegations.
Yeah,
That's
I
true.
don't know how that went uncharted for obviously people are
5
afraid to
years.
speak out, rightfully so, with fear of backlash. But I really don't know how 62 unsolicited messages in a row, how he didn't catch a hint after, I don't know, maybe like 8. Like
Maybe 3.
yeah, 3, 4.
You could make that argument.
8 is like pushing it too. I was going on the high side. But they made the right call in firing him. Somehow the Mets, every time they hire someone, they find a way to fire them within months.
They've had a GM and a manager in the past 2 years get hired and not like make it to the regular season.
Yeah.
And you got Steve. It seems like Steve Cohen's a great owner.
Yeah, I'm really
think
liking what
he's-
Steve Cohen's doing.
You got rid of the what was the ownership group before?
The Wilpons.
The Wilpons. And then you got Steve Cohen, who's just like, hey, Mets fans, what do you guys want to see?
He's also
would-
filthy rich, and that's all you want in a baseball
Yeah.
owner.
Yeah,
And
willing to spend it.
yeah. And he's just like I wouldn't be surprised if he tweeted out tomorrow, like, Mets fans, who should we go after in free agency?
Yeah,
And
like
people would be like, get Trevor Bauer, and he's like, will do.
Yeah,
who's the new GM? I didn't look at that.
I don't think they're hiring one. I think
I don't think they've hired.
Yeah, I think Sandy Alderson said he's gonna sort of keep the job to himself for now, and they'll.
Tom, how are we feeling about the Nats moves?
I like it. I like all the foreign players. I like I really like the Josh Bell signing. I think
It was a great trade. We didn't give up really anything.
yeah, or trade, sorry. I saw Kurt Suzuki, did he leave in free agency or did he
He left
retire?
in free agency. He's an Angel now.
He's an Angel now.
He's with the Angels.
He's in a better place.
He's in a better
Anaheim,
place.
California. But I'm like I don't know. We'll see. The NL East is going to be incredibly good.
It's gonna be tough.
I
So
will say
we'll
that's
see.
what they said this upcoming season, that it was going to be very good.
It was really good last season. The Marlins were like surprisingly good, and the Braves are like have been.
There were 2 teams over 500.
Well, yeah,
because
that's
we just cannibalized each other.
Actually that's like very true, especially this year where you can't really like
Build
we
anything.
played
come
each other
back.
so much. Yeah.
And then we also have what was I gonna say? The Michael Brantley.
Michael, yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, that was that. Anytime that kind of thing happens, it's always like, how does this happen?
Because it looked like the Blue Jays had just landed 2 splashes in a row. They got
I was like, they had 3. They got Kirby Yates too. They're like a all-star closer from the Padres, and I was like,
Yeah.
they are going off.
Yeah, they almost landed 2 of the Astros' better players as well. And they were like, no, like apparently that's not true with Michael Brantley.
Yeah,
That's like a rare miss. Because
it is a
Blue-
rare miss. It always happens every few years, but it's always really awkward when it happens.
yeah,
The Blue Jays are weird because they go from like paying to just like not paying. Like they go from like paying to tanking like so much more than any other team you see.
yeah.
Like
True.
I mean,
like
But
they actually get good, but then they go right back downhill again very quickly.
They had their entire infielder, sons of former MLB players.
Oh, Vlad Jr. is not fat anymore.
No, he's not fat anymore.
I mean,
He-
that's what
apparently
we said
last
about
year
Dwayne
was his
Haskins
first-
too.
Apparently last year it was his first year of lifting, which
I don't get that. Like, I can get maybe if you're like a player who is from like the Dominican or Venezuela or something, and you like don't have the access to these things. But like, he's the son of an MLB player. Like you gotta pick
Yeah,
up hit the weight room at some point, and it's not like money is the issue there. I don't get that.
Yeah, it doesn't make really any sense. But there is still a couple major players who have not signed. I'm sure Aaron wants both. There are a couple, and two of them are the big ticket ones. I think Bauer will either. I think it's between the Mets and the Angels.
Yeah.
I would probably say I would lean towards. I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I kind of want to see him in the Angels because I would like to see the Angels be like relevant.
Well, also you don't want a guy like Trevor Bauer in your division.
That is also the biggest reason. But I feel like I don't know what have the Marlins done. I feel like they haven't done anything.
That's true, but they haven't gotten worse. I don't think
they've actually gotten better. They had
a year of development.
Yeah, they also knocked the Cubs out of the playoffs, which
the Cubs are a dumpster fire. They're back in their rightful place.
Chris Bryant apparently isn't enjoying the game anymore. He said, "I don't have that joy right now."
I think
poor guy.
I think he's gonna find his way out soon.
Yeah, apparently the Mets were trying to trade for him, or were looking into trading.
Literally everybody's trying to trade for him.
Yeah,
I'm surprised he's still on that team. Like I thought he was gonna trade. I mean, actually, I can see not having the love for the game anymore when you can see what the Ricketts are doing to your team, like to your teammates, just like selling off the entire farm. Just like
I mean, and then you got who else? You got DJ LeMahieu going back to the Yankees, which was not surprising whatsoever.
They apparently pissed him off, right? Like,
yeah, they did. They took a very long time to sign him, so I will see how that continues to develop. But it was a lot. He's like 33, and he got like a 6-year deal. And I was like, could be
Yankee way. They signed absurdly long contracts. Just look at
Jacoby Ellsbury. Do you guys know who that is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
absolutely. That was the worst contracts in recent
when his MVP season, I think he finished second in the MVP. He was like one of my favorite players. And then he went to the Yankees. I was like, ugh. And he was garbage.
That's one of the worst contracts in sports. Like, of our generation. Like that was horrific.
It's up there with Chris Davis. All of them are like baseball ones.
Chris Davis, my senior year econ teacher would do like have Chris Davis math like on the like in our class sometimes, just because of how like ridiculous his stats were. That was like at the point where he was like 0 for 62 to start a season or something, which was
like it's hard to be that bad.
And he's just like, oh, I hate this, but I'm getting paid like an insane amount of money every year. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna try, but like really I'm just kind of chilling.
Yeah.
Chandler Parsons. Chandler Parsons is terrible.
I forgot about that contract.
Timofey Mozgov.
Terrible. Okay. NBA contracts are like in their own league. NBA contracts, like Kelly Oubre being paid I remember when he was the Wizards signed him. There's like, he's getting paid like X amount of like the money per game or something was like so off the charts that you're like, this is just like
outside the NBA, outside of really like 30 players, if that many, like all the contracts are just way too high for whoever. Like, and that's a great job by the players union or by the union to negotiate contracts that well, but they're all just like way too high for the talent level.
And then we also have baseball saying that their plans go on schedule.
That's awesome. With fans at spring training, right?
I did not hear anything about fans at spring training, but that would be great. And I know that the Rays announced that they're going to have fans at their stadium.
Yeah, well, Florida's a lawless jungle.
The Rays wish they had fans at their stadium during normal years. Okay, so
hey, they're fresh off a World Series run.
Yeah, but then they got rid of everybody
they only got rid of like 2 guys.
Yeah, but they're like big ones.
But like 2 of their best players. No, 3. Oh my God, they actually did get rid of everybody.
Yeah.
I was starting to think about it. They got rid of their 2 best pitchers. Both their Cy Young candidates.
They're like, they never pay anyone. The Rays
and the Pirates are like pretty embarrassing.
What about the A's?
Yeah, them too.
The
Well,
A's, but the A's keep going to the playoffs.
The Rays go to the playoffs like every year.
Okay, but the Rays. I mean, if the Rays keep going to the playoffs, the Pirates don't go to the playoffs. The Pirates
No, the
just
Pirates. Yeah, the
lose.
Pirates just.
The
suck.
Pirates, they should be like, if you keep trying, you like if you keep not trying, like we're gonna get rid of like decrease your TV deal or something because
I
like
remember that. Yeah.
well it's just embarrassing to the league that the Pirates just don't try. Like literally don't try to win anymore.
I mean, yeah. I mean, they're just. I mean, I don't understand why. It seems like Pittsburgh seems like a pretty decent market, and I don't know. It seems odd. They have a gorgeous stadium.
yeah,
If we want to use this time to transfer into NFL, can we say Pittsburgh being a decent market? And now the Pittsburgh Steelers have signed Dwayne Haskins.
You mean DH Simba?
Yeah. The
DH
strip clubs in Pittsburgh, I haven't heard great things.
Have
but,
rejoiced.
the league.
hopefully he'll survive.
The league done messed up.
The
Yeah,
league,
signed him to a 1-year deal, I believe.
will he make it past training camp?
That is a question. I feel like it could go a couple. I feel like he could go a lot of different ways. I feel like he could get cut in training camp.
I feel like Mason Rudolph is better than him. Like,
I mean, it has to be.
I feel like Mason Rudolph at least like tries in practice and stuff, and that's kind of what you need from a backup. So,
Yeah.
But I could also see a world where, like a few years ago, it always felt like anytime somebody left the Washington football team, they got infinitely better. And like I'm just so worried that Dwayne Haskins is going to get cut and go to the Steelers and then be their franchise quarterback.
I think he'll be better in Pittsburgh just because not necessarily that's if he starts, that is. But I think unless he's stupid, he has to realize like
well, yeah,
this is like a second chance, which a lot of people do not get.
yeah. Well, it's really like a third chance because I don't think they really wanted him
To begin with.
Yeah, like Ron didn't want him. Ron
John Gruden didn't want him.
Yeah, Jay Gruden.
Or Jay Gruden
Yeah,
didn't want him.
like it was because Dan Snyder, like this is a bit of inside Washington D.C. and also like a major conspiracy theory kind of, but Dan Snyder's son goes to Bullis, which is where Dwayne Haskins went, and there's rumors that Dan Snyder like drafted Dwayne Haskins because he wanted like
His son.
like he wanted to do something cool for his son's school. Like that's like and this may seem ridiculous, but Dan Snyder's son did transfer schools because he wasn't the starting quarterback in freshman football. And this is true. We
do know this for a fact.
do have sources to confirm this.
We have sources.
I'm not a guy who likes conspiracy theories at all, but I'm not going to put that out of the question just because of how horrible of a football mind Dan Snyder is.
And just a person in general too.
Yeah,
that's true.
So
also, there's a load of horse mess in the NFL. Phil Burbs is gone.
Oh yeah.
Tragic. The video that the NFL was it NFL that posted it? The video, it's like his microphone, his best of like mics mic'd up.
Oh.
And it's just him like coming up with different ways to curse without cursing. And it's so funny.
He is the most outrageous human being outside of maybe Dennis Rodman, but they're outrageous in different ways.
In complete opposite ways, but
Philip is so outrageous because he finds every way to not curse, and he just comes up with. It's not even like he says "oh dang it" or "oh crap." He comes up with completely words that no one's
ever.
A
load of horse mess.
Yeah, horse mess, doggone it.
We're starting to lose all of our quarterbacks. Next is Ben Roethlisberger, and then we're losing Drew Brees.
Yeah, then it'll be Brady.
Then it'll be Brady in 10 years, and then
at some point Brady might be honestly just kind of trying to keep as little time as possible in between when he retires and when CTE really messes up his brain. So he's got really he's gonna stretch it out as long as possible.
Has Brady ever had a concussion?
He's had like one. I think that's it. But he's
I'm sure
wait,
he
no.
has at some point.
Giselle like came out and said like he's had a bunch of concussions, but he's only ever been like diagnosed with one.
Oh, actually, I remember that. That was
it
like
was
a
like
whole
it was
big
like
thing.
2 or 3 years ago she came out. It was like Super Bowl week, and they were
It was like
interviewing-
it was like weird and like not really her place to say it, but
Yeah.
she's like, yeah, he's had a lot of concussions, but like he's only been out for one. That I do remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be a weird weird thing for him to go throughout a 20-year career with no concussions. But
I mean, truth be told, he doesn't get hit very often.
yeah, or he doesn't really get hit. He doesn't put himself in those situations.
I mean, he goes down.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not going to outmuscle anybody. He's not going to miss sags. He just goes down.
Yeah.
Also, fun fact, I learned Tom Brady is the most sacked quarterback of all time.
I believe it because he's a statue.
The sacks he takes are kind of lame. Like, let's be honest, the sacks he takes are like somebody gets close and he crumples.
I mean, it's smart. It's kept him in the league for.
It keeps him alive for a while. I mean, that's true.
Better than Drew Brees. Oof.
Yeah. Speaking of Brady and Brees, Tampa got their revenge this week, and they got. I would prefer a win if I were Tampa. I'd prefer a 1-2 record with that win coming in the playoffs.
Of course.
And 2-1.
Well, obviously, yeah.
Also, Aaron, we have to congratulate ourselves.
Oh yeah, we
perfect week.
Perfect.
We had a perfect week.
And
okay, I mean,
I also have to mention. I forgot to put the standings out last week, but Tom was 3 games back going into this week,
and he had to go perfect.
I gained a game.
Oh,
and there are 3 games left. So
I have to go opposite of you for all of them, right?
No, you wouldn't. You can't.
No, you're done, Tom.
Yeah. Oh, now I'm done. Okay.
So now it's just a battle of me and Tom.
Yeah.
For second right?
place.
I believe I probably 2 games back of you, Tom.
You are. Let me look because I sent it to the chat the other day.
Yeah. And I gained a game.
Adam is now 1 game. No, he's 2 because I had the math wrong there. Adam is 2 games back of Tom.
There you go, Tommy boy.
All right, it's gonna be close. Are you gonna go opposite me? Are you gonna?
In order to catch him, Adam's got to fade him on all 3. But
no, in order to beat him.
Oh yeah, in order to beat him, and to catch him, he's got to fade him on 2 or 3. But so reviewing this Tampa New Orleans game,
it was close for a few years.
Yeah, it just got terrible towards the end.
Brees was horrible. Like
I don't know why they didn't put Jameis Winston in. Like I just don't get it. Like Jameis, if Taysom Hill is the starting quarterback next year, they should fire Sean Payton. But like Jameis Winston, like for all of his faults, I think deserves another shot at being a starting quarterback in the NFL. And I think
he's gonna get one.
It's very hard to throw 30. It's even harder to throw 30 interceptions, but it's hard to throw 30 touchdowns in the NFL, and he did it.
Yeah.
And with the yards, he's productive, but in the system he was in, he was turning the ball over too much, whether that be the system or him himself. We don't know.
His LASIK. He got LASIK. Don't forget. He can see now.
Bad eyes.
But it was a trick play, but he looked good on the trick play. Like
that was one of the worst trick plays that scored a touchdown in the history of humankind.
Well,
literally,
nobody.
I could have told you immediately that was the play
because they stole it from the Bears.
Even that, it just was so obvious. I was like, he's gonna just flip it to him and throw it.
If Taysom Hill was in instead of Jameis, it would have been a little more up in the air. It's like, is Taysom gonna run around? Like, what's Taysom gonna do? But it's like Jameis can really only throw the ball, and sometimes he can't even do that. But like, I'm guessing they're gonna have him throw the ball.
Yeah,
but, yeah. I don't know.
Perfect
pass. Drew Brees, throw the ball.
Drew Brees was painful to watch.
Yeah,
it was. The whole game, I felt bad for him. My dad. I was watching it with my dad, and he's not the most sports knowledgeable, and he was like, why doesn't he just throw it down the field more? I was like, he literally can't. He was like, he's gonna at some point. I'm like, no, Dad, he's literally not gonna do it the entire game.
You felt bad for him, like 2 straight not straight, but like 2 interceptions to end his career. I
Well,
don't get why they
one of
didn't.
those wasn't his fault.
I think, yeah, one of the second one wasn't. The third interception.
The
was
wide
not.
receivers were doing him no favors, but
Yeah. I just don't understand why they didn't run Kamara more in the third quarter.
I couldn't tell you. I thought at some point it's like the Saints are going to win this game in spite of him, and then the Bucks just completely ripped it away.
Well, the first drive of the third quarter I saw that drive and I was like, oh, like, okay, I'm fine because the Saints are going to win because they ran Kamara for like 8 yards per carry right down their throats and scored a touchdown almost immediately after at the second half. I was like, they're just going to keep playing like this and it's going to be fine. But for whatever reason, Sean Payton was like, let's just have Drew Brees throw weird throws for the rest of the game. And then it was all over from there.
it was all over from there.
It was like watching something it was like watching like sequels of like a movie like a lot of people compared to Star Wars, which I've seen the movies, but like I'm not a fan, so I couldn't tell you, or I like don't really pay attention. But
wait, Aaron doesn't like Star Wars?
It's like watching.
Okay, this is something for a later show, I think.
Yeah, but it's like watching. I know people like hate the prequels, or like don't think the prequels kind of ruined it. It's like watching something like you love die.
It's like if you went to the theaters in like 2002 to see, or whenever like the Phantom Menace came out, and you're like,
and
wow.
being firmly disappointed, or you just the new ones. I mean, if we want to make it easier, yeah.
Going to the Last Jedi, and you're like, this was kind of sad to see.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
There you go. That was a good little not anecdote, metaphor. There you go.
Yes.
Tampa Brady was not. He was good, but he was horrible to start too.
He was like one of like 6 or something.
Yeah.
I think
it was like 4 of 10.
It's important to note that when the Tampa Bay had to like move more than 40 yards downfield, they could not score a touchdown. All 3 of their offensive touchdowns came off of turnovers that gave them like put them within like on the Saints half of the field. They could not drive. They couldn't drive down the field, and that's something that they need to fix. Otherwise,
to be fair, the Saints also had like 2 amazing punt returns, and same thing.
They had one amazing punt return. The second one was called back.
Because block in the back.
Yeah,
but they still had short field, and
they had short field once.
Wasn't it on like the 45? I thought they had
Saints had short field like once.
Yeah.
They didn't get any other turnovers.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't think they won. The way they won was not a way that's repeatable.
They're not going to beat the Pack. They're not going to beat Aaron Rodgers like that.
No, probably not.
The way I see this Final Four, which we'll get into after we just recap the other 3. I think you can make an argument, some sort of argument, that each of these 4 teams deserves to win the Super Bowl.
100%.
And that's
it's one of the best years of 4 competitive teams.
Yeah.
Especially like there's 4 teams that I really wouldn't mind seeing any of them win.
Yeah. And you're not like, it's not a guarantee. Like every year, like you have one conference where it's almost guaranteed who's going to win the conference championship.
Yeah. I mean, the Chiefs felt like but the Bills have really.
It depends how Patrick Mahomes is.
Yeah.
It's big. And I think, do we want to get to Browns Chiefs to talk about Patrick Mahomes?
Browns Chiefs now?
Yeah, Browns Chiefs, 22-17 final. The Chiefs.
Never trust a guy named Chad, but it happened.
Chad Henne being this superior Chad on this planet. He had.
Are we ready to make that statement? That's a bold statement.
Who's better than him?
Chad Ochocinco?
Oh, Chad, yeah.
Okay, good point. You win.
There you go.
Thank you.
So
I was racking my brains for a second.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know
the country, but probably not.
Yeah, I couldn't think of any Chads who were a decent human being. But Chad Ochocinco qualifies. Henny threw a really I thought he was going to cost the Chiefs in the end.
That was one of the worst passes I had ever seen in my entire life. It looked like a punt.
Yeah, he threw it up. I was like, who's in there? And it was like, oh, it's right to the safety. Uh-oh.
And there's a lot of things to talk about this game. And the missed targeting call that cost them. It was a 9-point swing.
Yeah. So I think a lot of people are like up in arms about like the touchback rule on the knocking the ball out and it going into the end zone. I don't think the rule is great, but I don't know if there's a better alternative for it.
You could make the art. You could do. Well, there's two things. Every rule favors the offense.
Yeah.
So you could say that this is the one that helps the defense out a little bit.
Defense.
Or you could just leave it, and that's fine. I think they probably won't because people are so up in arms about it. That I think what you could do is you could do what you could do on pass interference and put it at the 1. When it's in a when you get a pass interference at the end zone, you put it at the 1. You could do that, or you could do reverse touchback, put it on the 20.
I like the reverse touchback actually because it still punishes the offense, but not like
the reverse
hideously.
That could work.
Hey, you put him at first and 10 from the 20.
First and 10 at the 20, I think, is like a fair play. Honestly,
it's probably pretty fair.
This is one of those like, oh, it happened in a huge moment, so the competition committee is obviously going to review it.
Like the passenger, reviewing, being able to.
Well, yeah, like that helped. I mean, I don't think that like that the whole review or not review. I think like they should have just said that should have been called. We screwed up.
But we have a breaking news announcement for Washington football team. Washington football team names Martin Mayhew as general manager.
There you go.
Like
Martin Herney as front office executive and Jennifer King as offensive assistant. I don't know.
Oh, I thought they hired Mark Herney as GM.
No, Martin Mayhew is the GM.
Where's he from? Where are we getting him from?
Herney was from Carolina, but I thought that I didn't know about that.
We're getting a little too Carolina-y for my liking.
Vice president.
Hey, Carolina went to the
Super Bowl.
Yeah,
they had one good season. But to be fair, they had like their best players like really lose it. Yeah, because you got Cam that got hurt, you got Stevie Smith that got retired, and Luke Kuechly left, and yeah, I guess you could say. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, so back to Cleveland City. Everyone was like, "Oh, Baker played good." I don't think Baker played that well.
Baker played
pretty well.
The play calling on that last drive, like the hero time drive, was like, I don't know what Kevin Stefanski was doing.
They could have ran the ball on second down.
Yeah,
it should have been 4 down territory the rest of the game.
Yeah, I didn't really understand.
Like, why are you punting the ball? Like, you got 3 minutes. I think there was 4.5 minutes left in the game, and you have one. If you have 2 timeouts, then maybe. But then they burn the timeout because they don't want to lose the 5 yards.
And then Chad.
And then I don't know how you give up a 3rd and 15 to Chad Henne.
Yeah.
I don't know what you got to do, but you can't let.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen a ballsier call than Andy Reid actually snapping it
on the 4th and 1. Yeah. Did you see his response? He was like, I'm from BYU. Every down's a passing down, which I thought was funny. But yeah, like that was really impressive. And the Browns deserved to lose that game. I think if they had won the game, you would have said the Browns deserved to win that game, but they lost, so they deserved to lose that game. And don't question me on that; it makes sense.
And the seeds have been planted so that Patrick Mahomes will certainly play this weekend.
Well, the NFL does not want Patrick Mahomes to not play this week because
I think I the way I see it is, well, I'll say that I want to save the same for when we get into that game. But yeah, he stumbled when he got up, like he couldn't get up. I was like,
he looked bad.
Okay, I will say,
I thought it was the way he got up. I thought he hurt his leg or something on his leg.
They said it's like a nerve in his neck.
Yeah,
That's like, yeah, right. But once you're
I mean-
entered into the concussion protocol, you can't be taken out
Yeah.
until you're
until
the
you
thing is the NFL really wants him in there. And I had something else going. I'm not sure what. Aaron, I know you hope Patrick Mahomes does not play. Like, I know that.
I'll say my opinion for when we get into that game.
Oh, actually, no, I know what I was going to say. Remember when Derek Watt got hurt? He had it was like I forget what game it was, but he like literally was like knocked out on the field
Oh, yeah.
earlier this year. Like, he played the next game. It's not always what happens immediately after you get up. Like, concussions are weird. Like, you can improve rapidly, you can improve slowly, you can like get like KO'd and then be completely fine like 5 days later. It's all about like healing of concussions is incredibly weird, especially in football players. So I don't necessarily think we should judge based on what happened immediately after the play, like after the thing. I will say that.
There you go. Good. Well said, Tom.
Yes. Agreed. Staying in the AFC East, the Bills beat the Ravens 17-3.
What a game. What a game.
That
game sucked.
I was convinced.
I kind of dug it. I kind of liked it the whole time. I was like, this is kind of a fun game. It's, it's 7. There was missed kicks. There was things happening.
The wind was going crazy. Justin Tucker missed 2 kicks.
That's just crazy.
Yeah, that's probably the craziest part of the game.
Yeah. And
other than the 101 yard.
I had a reaction to that play that I've never had to any play in my entire life, except for maybe
you cry.
When Andy Dalton sent the Bills to the playoffs, I got up and I was like waving my arm, like go. Like my dad was like, I've never seen you do that ever. And I was like,
Aaron, has your favorite team ever won a championship?
Nope. Well, no, not while I'm alive. While I was alive,
that's what I'm talking.
The 80s and the Mets won.
He just doesn't know the feeling.
They came.
Aaron, Aaron, I really want the Bills to win because I would like. No, I would like the Bills to go to the Super Bowl. But the feeling of winning, like I'll say, when we won the NLCS, I was like, it was so shocking. Like the feeling of just. Do you remember when the Mets won the NLCS?
Oh, I was like ecstatic. Like I was like, oh my God, they're on the World Series.
And then you're like, I don't even know what to think. Like you're like, is this real? Like
I will say the Nats winning the NLCS was so weird because of how easy it was.
It was a little anticlimactic, yes.
It was like the DS was like such an emotional roller coaster, and then you're like get into the NLCS for the first time, and it's like, oh yeah, they're just gonna score like 2 runs in 4 games, and you're just gonna win by like you're gonna win so easily, and you're gonna be like, oh, now we just get to wait and see if we're playing the Yankees or the
Astros. And then when they won the World Series, and I was like, Tom was there, like I just sat there. I was like, what?
I paced in our suite for like 3 hours, like the 3-hour game.
And they were so late too. Oh, they were so late.
Yeah, I the closest I've ever come were the Mets, and when they lost in 5 games, which if aside from a few crucial errors would have been 6 or 7, that was crushing.
They played horrendously.
Yeah.
They played so badly in that World Series. It was insane.
In conference finals this year was pretty crushing too. Like when your team gets that far and then just doesn't finish the job.
It's so emotionally draining.
Your team giving you hope is the worst thing it could possibly give you.
Yeah. So the Bills stifled the Ravens. Ravens pretty much stifled the Bills too, but outside of one drive, which essentially turned the momentum of the game.
To be fair, I mean the Ravens kept them. Their defense kept them to 10.
Yeah.
The Bills can't. I know the win, but the Bills can't beat the Chiefs like that.
Yeah.
I think the wind was really a very big factor in the game. I really do.
We'll discuss Bills Chiefs once we finish recapping the Packers Rams. Not much to talk about.
But wait, before we get to that, I think I have a take. I think Lamar will never win a Super Bowl.
Interesting.
I don't think that's that hot.
It's a lot Lamar. It's a lot Harbaugh. It's a lot just like the Ravens as a team. But I think Lamar, you just can't. You need to score. You need to be able to make more plays with your arm than he can.
I think Lamar is obviously a great talent. I would love to have him on the Washington football team. I just don't think you can. I think the quarterbacks that win the Super Bowl, or at least the ones that win like in their older age, are the teams that elevate their teams.
Yeah.
Like look at all the quarterbacks that are left.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. It's tough to say about Josh Allen yet, about him elevating his team. The jury's still out about that.
I think Cole Beasley shows that Josh Allen elevates his team. Cole Beasley is like.
But I need to see it like a one.
Yeah, I get that.
So you got Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, both obviously elevate their team.
Like Aaron Rodgers, the whole Mike McCarthy thing and the wide receivers that he's had to deal with, other than like Devontae Adams, like shows he elevates his team.
Yeah, for sure.
So, and Tom Brady taking an 8-8. The team stayed pretty similar. They added Gronk, and that was pretty much it.
No, what's his name?
They added a tackle.
Leonard Fournette.
Oh yeah, they actually did add a few things. But I think Tom Brady is obvious that he elevates the team. I just need. But anyway, this is not anything about Josh Allen right now. Josh Allen's awesome. I will not say anything bad about Josh Allen right now.
I think it's fair to say jury's still out, but continue.
Yeah. We just need a little bit more. And so I think Lamar is somebody that you got to put a lot around for it to go.
And you have to tailor your offense to him being like run predominant.
Right.
And then you know how hard it is after a quarterback is out of their rookie deal to make a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So then they're going to be in salary cap trouble for a while because they're going to pay Lamar Jackson because you'd stupid not to. And so then you're going to get into the when he's making 30 plus million, and then you're going to be, I don't know what you're going to be when you got nothing around him.
And you don't have offensive linemen or a running back to complement.
So you got.
Because they're not going to pay J.K. I doubt they pay J.K. Dobbins.
I mean,
right?
Why would
he's a rookie. He's a rookie, so I mean.
No, but like I'm saying, say he continues like he's doing, you can't pay J.K. Dobbins, and then you bring in like the running back, the flavor of the season, basically the next like 4 years, and it's just like it doesn't work. And
then you got to keep like you got Earl Thomas, you got all these guys. So I mean, I think it's going to be incredibly tough for the Ravens to win a Super Bowl with Lamar Jackson, and that is my take. And I also think it's like Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson hasn't won a Super Bowl since his rookie deal.
Russell Wilson is never all that good at once he exits week 8.
That's true.
Yeah, he won't receive a MVP vote again this year.
Rightfully so.
And it'll be like, and then in week 4 next season, Russell Wilson, everybody's gonna be like, how is he never? And then you're like, just look, like flip the page to Football Reference and just like look at his stats, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah, exactly. There's no need to really spend too much time on the Rams Packers.
Packers were totally in control.
Packers did what they do.
And I will say that Jared Goff didn't look so bad.
Yeah, no, he looked pretty good. Well, not quite. He was actually not horrible at all.
I don't get the Jared Goff slander. I think he's really not. I think he's pretty okay.
He had been horrendous up until that point. And
I think Jared Goff's another case of you're paying the quarterback now, so you're not going to be able to
his
do a whole lot.
McVay is like fractured. Like they're like someone said they need marriage counseling.
I did see that.
I think it's more repairable than the Wentz Peterson thing.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, because Wentz Peterson's gone.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
he just hired new coach today. The offensive coordinator from Indy, Nick Sirianni.
They're like, we can't get Frank Reich again, so we'll get the next best thing. Frank Reich is Frank Reich, and maybe it'll work.
Yeah.
But maybe we should move on to picks.
Yep. Or we'll move on to the championship round. So the first game is Green Bay Tampa. Tampa goes into Green Bay a 3.5 point underdog. So I think the Packers are going to do to the Bucks what they did to the Rams. I think it'll be closer because I don't think the Bucks will get blown out again, or will blow them out. I don't think the Packers will get blown out again. I think the Packers are going to choke the life out of Tampa like they do to every team they beat this year.
Yeah, like nobody can control the ball like the Packers can.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Adams early.
Aaron Rodgers is unsackable. I'm convinced I've seen stats that he gets sacked, but every time I watch the Packers, he doesn't get sacked. He literally never gets sacked.
The pick stats are like also crazy.
Yeah, where it's always like he hasn't thrown an interception in 7,000 passing attempts. And you're like, how is this even possible?
Yeah, and then he throws one back.
And then he throws like 2 picks that game, and you're like, what?
And but then the next game, they're like, he has never thrown an interception before. I guess so.
They had the Men in Black. They erase your memory. They're like, Aaron Rodgers has never thrown an interception ever.
You're like, it worked. Like that sounds good to me.
Yeah. But I'm going Green Bay here. I think Tampa will give them a game, and I wouldn't be shocked if Tampa won. But I think Green Bay is the best team in football right now.
Yeah, I agree. Adam, I'm guessing you're gonna let me pick before you for all of these, so you can do the opposite.
I can do that.
Okay. I'm gonna pick Green Bay just because I just can't. I think Tom Brady's done better than I've expected for the Bucks, and I mean he should be with his weapons, but I don't see the Bucks beating Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. I don't see it happening. It's gonna be a good game. It's an old rivalry game, and I know that happened earlier in the year, but the Packers aren't going to do that again. It's not going to happen twice.
There you go. Tommy, I'm actually not going to fade you on this one because I actually think the Packers are going to win, and there's no reason.
You're giving up second place.
No, I can tie.
You're playing for the tie. Who are you, Doug Peterson?
This is the second time. This is the second time you've played for a tie, Sanine.
I'm gonna play for a tie. I don't want to pick against the Packers. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna pick the Packers.
I'm tempted to pick Tampa just to make Adam seem like less of a weakling, but I want to get second place, so I'm not going to.
Yeah. Imagine Tampa Bay wins, and then you're like, you screwed yourself.
Well, yeah, you screwed yourself too. So it
hurt him. Like he's already lost first.
Well, I just don't want to lose to Sanine, but yeah.
I'm gonna pick it how I pick it. I have integrity. I don't just play the game.
You played the game. You played the game during the national championship.
That's college. This is the pros. That's for kids.
Bush League, the college football scene.
Weak, Sanine.
Bush League.
Third is like pretty good, Sanine. So enjoy that.
If I tie, I'm okay.
Next, okay, Doug Peterson.
That tie almost helped.
Doug and then he got fired. No, they went 4-11-1, and then Doug got fired. The tie did nothing.
Anyway, we got our next game.
Okay, so now
I was about to say what's our next game, and then I was like, oh wait, there's only one other.
Bills Chiefs. Bills are 3-point underdogs. Now I'll let you guys pick first, and then I'll pick.
I'm gonna take the Bills.
Okay, I'm gonna go the Chiefs. That was a bold move for you, Sanine. I'm tempted to go Bills, but I said
my playoff predictions was Packers Bills for the championship. So
Mahomes is practicing. Mahomes is practicing. I think he's still in concussion protocol, but he took a majority of the snaps today, and I just don't see how he doesn't play. I don't see the NFL not having Patrick Mahomes play. I think they would literally push the game back to Monday.
That would
if they could.
Did you see the all-time bad take that Colin Cowherd was saying that they should push back the game until Patrick Mahomes can play? And I was like, that is literally the worst take I've ever.
They shouldn't, but I wouldn't be I think they would make up a COVID thing. Like I think I legitimately think they would. I think that you want to put your big names in there. You want to get the best game you can out there, and I think because of that, Mahomes is going to play, and I think Mahomes wins.
Okay.
All right.
Mahomes should be going like Mahomes. If he wins this, he should really be going to 3 straight Super Bowls because Dee Ford ruined the last one for him.
That's true.
So,
Aaron, I assume you gotta pick your boys. You gotta pick.
Regardless of who plays quarterback, whether it be Chad Henne, Patrick Mahomes, if you want to be the man, you got to beat the man. And
I don't really get where you're going here, but okay.
Yeah, I have no idea where you're going with this.
What I mean by that is you want to be the best, you have to be the best. The Chiefs are the reigning champions. If the Bills want to have a chance at winning a championship, regardless of who they play, regardless of who plays quarterback, they have to knock off the Chiefs.
That is what the nature of playing.
You're just saying stats, Aaron.
Let me
Aaron, you're literally saying you're literally saying nothing.
I'm not done. Let me give my speech.
This is the least substantive speech I have ever heard in my entire life. You're like, we have to win the game to play in the Super Bowl. Like,
I was 30 seconds into the speech.
Yeah, you had 30. You this is an elevator pitch, and you completely failed.
Last time, I don't care. It's not an elevator pitch. This is my pitch. So, you guys threw me off.
Good.
Last time they played, Matt Milano was not on the field. Harrison Phillips was not on the field. Who's playing his best football? The Bills are 12-0, and Matt Milano was on the field. And the last 8 wins for both teams, the point differential are the Buffalo Bills 136.
Oh my God, the point differential again.
The point differential to a certain extent. Who cares?
Nobody cares about point differential. A win is a win, especially when you're a defending champion.
This is a different Bills team than the one the Chiefs saw in Week 6.
This is the longest speech ever.
If you would stop interrupting me, it wouldn't be so long. But since I'm being booed and heckled by my co-host here, I'm going to make it.
Heckle.
Are going to the Super Bowl.
There you go.
The Kansas City Chiefs, and they will play the Green Bay Packers. Go Bills.
Also, I have a new firm take that Bills fans are getting dangerously close to becoming annoying. They're getting dangerously close, and they haven't even won a Super Bowl. So, I love the Bills, and I want them to win this game.
Okay, but
the team
historically, bad teams are always like that. Like, people hate Browns fans now.
But the thing is, the Bills keep making themselves out like everyone's picking against us. It's just Buffalo versus everybody. It's like, no, it's not.
I mean,
Aaron tweeted out that thing with when we talked about in our group
chat. He also
chat.
said Doug McDermott should be coach of the year. Wrong.
Sean McDermott should absolutely be coach.
Sean McDermott, whatever.
Sean McDermott should absolutely be coach of the year.
Wrong.
Absolutely.
No. But no, he's like, oh, it's Buffalo versus everybody else. And it's like, no, it is not. Literally the entirety of America is voting for the Bills because they've always sucked. Like, if you don't have a team left in it, like, everybody's voting for the Bills.
Literally, like, half of the experts picked the Ravens.
It's a divisional game.
But like,
it was a divisional game.
The Ravens were
way good.
The Ravens had just come off
an impressive win.
I wouldn't call it impressive, but the Bills also had come off a not so impressive win, so my reasoning there was not going to be fantastic.
You and Dave Gee love to just say,
you
like,
leave Dave Gee alone.
And Dave Gee are just like, oh, thanks, experts, for some of us picking us instead of unanimously picking us. And it's like, what do you want them to do? You want them to unanimously pick the Bills? Like, nobody.
Yes, we do.
At this point, not even like people didn't even unanimously pick the Chiefs to beat the Browns.
And that's
like nobody's gonna do that.
That's a crime. Because
people didn't even unanimously pick the Bucs.
Well, the Chiefs almost won.
The Chiefs.
The Browns almost won.
If Mahomes had not gone out, I think the Chiefs wouldn't have cut it that close.
Well, yeah, probably
But-
not. But you guys are like Bills fans are acting like they're getting disrespected. Like everyone knows that you're good. Everyone's rooting for you. Like just let us root for you. And
This
like
week-
Wait, okay. We've
There-
gone way off the path. I just want to know who Aaron thinks is going to win.
I already said
I
the
already
Bills.
said the Bills.
Oh,
Yeah.
you guys
So-
were just yelling. I stopped paying attention.
Aaron, because Aaron is vilified like ESPN analysts or just sports
Okay,
analysts.
ESPN
I have
analysts on a
vilified
whole
them. I
deserve
have
to be
questioned
vilified.
them. Dave.
Everybody
Vito-
questions them. But you guys are like, oh, thanks, analysts, for not 100% thinking my team is going to win in a hard game.
Stephen A. Smith said they had no chance to beat the Ravens.
Stephen A. Smith is
And-
stupid. Stephen A. Smith knows less than us. He's just entertaining. That's
And-
all he
and-
is.
Yeah, everyone knows that he's just an entertainer.
And Nick Neverright said that the Bills, he would be shocked that the Bills won't
He's
play.
a basketball analyst, Aaron.
He shows up on the herd every week to trash the Bills and Josh Allen.
Nick
Every
Wright is a
week.
basketball analyst. What do you care about a basketball analyst?
I don't care. I don't
Kendrick
care who he
Perkins.
is.
That's
You-
like
Kendrick
that's like
Perkins.
going to Joe Lenardi and saying, "How do you think our rowing season's gonna go?" And he's like, "Oh, not good." It's like, dude, you have no idea.
You play stupid games. You get stupid prizes.
And that stupid prize is Aaron trashing you on Orange Pod Sports.
Yes.
You get what you get.
Yeah. Get covered in mustard and ketchup.
Aaron's crusade is
Aaron's
it's starting
crusade to
here.
be like, yes, analysts don't respect us. It's like they pretty fairly respect. And the tweet you posted, the teams, like the majority of the people picked the Bills. It was like
let me count it out.
7-6.
So
it
that's
was like 7-6.
5-2 Ravens here. I'm just looking at it. 6-2 Ravens. 8-4. 11-6. 13-9. And then
For a divisional game.
if you don't count America, it was
No, we do count America. We count
We do
America.
count America. We are essentially America, I would say.
16-13. So majority did not pick the Bills.
What, 16-13? Aaron, that's like so close. Okay, it was a majority, but what do you want? Like, what you want? Like,
Also,
I want
Aaron,
respect.
quote Aaron, Monday 1:24 p.m. I see why they all picked the Ravens.
Oh yeah.
Your private persona is so much. Where you say
Is
complain
Aaron
about
a
Stephen A.
fraud?
Smith, essentially the same person, a public entertainer, Aaron Tully. I think
Look, I was thinking about it because Adam said the spiel. And I looked at it. I was like, he's kind of right. So I didn't want to admit that to his face, but he's kind of right. So I was like, eh. And then I proceeded to post the picture of all the people picking against them. So I guess you're right, the entertainer. But I will say I did have a revelation, but just chose to ignore it. But yeah, Buffalo Bills are going to the Super Bowl.
the Bills fans just have to let us like them. Just let us like them. Okay? Don't get annoying. Just let us like you guys. The table thing is fun. And just let us like
It
them.
was fun. I still owe someone a bet from 2 years when they made the playoffs in
do
2017.
you have to jump through a table?
I do. And I just
Epic.
Do it on
Can we-
at your table at school.
Can we put it on Orange Pod Sports?
Can we help you? Can we
yeah,
help you?
we could put it on Orange Pod Sports, and I'm not doing it through this table because I'm not paying this university back for this table.
It would be like
Come on, man.
$6,000 for that
Just
table.
blame somebody else.
It was-
Blame the random kid.
What?
Just blame the new kid.
Your new roommate.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be like, yeah, he jumped through a table. He decided to like
Just ignore the
Continue
account,
on.
Instagram account that has the proof.
yeah.
Nothing bad has ever happened from posting videos of people breaking things.
I'm
So
willing to break a folding
I
table.
changed my name to Doug Peterson.
That was me. I did.
wow,
like-
you ignored that for a while.
yeah, I did it like 15 minutes ago.
Oh my gosh.
All right, I think
Slander.
we've gone a
Yeah.
little bit off the rails and over time. So
Yeah.
we got that
since
too.
Adam brought us in, can I bring us out?
Yes.
All right. That's it for us here today, which is January 21st. Thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of your night.
If you have to
and,
ask permission, then it's a
good
fail.
weekend.
We will see you live next week.
Live
Oh,
on
yeah.
Thursday. That was really the important thing, and I botched
Call
it.
it
I
call it
apologize.
next week.
Boo.
Boo you.
Oofta.
All right. Have a good night, everyone.
All right.